Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Added Touch, where we dive into the inner workings of Arkansas adult education and share stories of success and how it can change people's lives. I'm here with my co-host Shamia, as always. Say hey.
Hey everyone.
Coming to you from this beautiful rainy Saturday. But yeah, we just wanted to check back in with you guys and talk more about what we do at adult education. So that's GED testing, that's high school diplomas, that's career trainings, a lot of really cool stuff. But let's see. So we wanted to kind of go over the basic GED requirements. Shamia, you want to get her started?
Sure. Most people are kind of confused or even intimidated by starting off the GED process, but it's actually extremely simple now. Recently we switched test forms from TABE 1112 to TABE 1314. And actually, from our students, it seems to be quicker to take and a much easier test and not quite as intimidating. So we kind of want to just give you guys like insight into that so that maybe if you know someone or even yourself, you will try to give it a try.
Absolutely. And yeah, so the TABE test, I still read it in my brain sometimes as table test, but it is Test of Adult Basic Education. It's a fancy way that the state has us figure out if students are on the level that they need to be, if they can jump directly into GED level courses, or if they need to do more work in basic skills. So, all in all, it's a lot of testing. They walk in, they'll take that tape test. It's reading, language, and math. I know a lot of the reading passages can be pretty boring, so I tell people all the time, you don't have to do it all in one sitting. And man, they sure run out of there after the reading is done because it will put you to sleep. But but yeah, it's actually really not bad. So if you can deal with the tests and which a lot of people start out being like, "Oh, I'm a horrible test taker." No, they this program squashes that bug pretty quickly. But yeah, so they'll come in, do the TABE test, and then they'll study for 40 hours, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not. Um, so that way they can get their scores up if they needed if they need their scores to be higher. Or sometimes if they do really well in all those, they can jump right into the GED level classes. Let's see here.
Right. And another thing we also encourage is that you can actually take breaks in
Yes.
between the testing subjects. Even if you want to go have lunch and come back, we just want you to feel comfortable and confident before you kind of take the test. Just
Right.
whatever makes you feel better, we encourage that you do. We're
Absolutely.
not really, super strict on that because we want you to make the best score that you possibly can.
Oh, yes. And I've definitely seen some math questions on there that really just make me think like, oh crap, how would I solve that? There's one about it's a geometry question and it brings me a little bit of PTSD every time that I see it because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I would even do. But no, it's not that bad. Like I said, this
But
is really just getting those students conditioned to sitting down, taking tests, because that's really how the GED process can move along so quickly. It's just tests. Like they just
yeah.
have to pass
And
those.
we have those formula sheets also for the math
Oh
portion.
yeah.
So yeah, so people, don't get too freaked out. We have those sheets, that you can look on to as well as the calculator that you will need to solve
Yes.
all of the problems. So we do have some backup for you
Oh yeah.
guys
Oh
when
yeah.
it comes to the TABE. But
It's
like Will was saying, with it being broken down into three subjects, the score that you would need to kind of push through to get you to the next level for the GED ready exam would be a 535 in each subject.
and I think
Um,
that balances out to like I think the highest you can go is like a 680, 700 something. So I'm not a mathematician, but I think that's about like a what, 70% maybe?
Right, right, right. It can
But yeah.
sound intimidating when you hear numbers so high.
Yeah, they're like, where'd the 535 come from? And I'm like, I don't know. Just do your best. You got it.
Right, right. So it's really not, a score that you just have to, just blow out of the water. Um, and also, even if you do not make that score, that's when the 40 hours of study time comes in that Will mentioned before.
Yes.
But if you do make the 535, you only have to have 12 more additional hours of study time to go ahead and start with the GED ready exams.
Yes. And the 12 hours they spend studying all of our classes, if you will, are online based. So
Yep,
I tell people all the time, I say online classes and I can see them cringe and like it's not that bad. It's not that bad, I promise. Because
right.
I think we were kind of in that generation of early online classes. Like, oh,
Yes.
what was it? Do you ever do the Plato lab?
Yes, we did.
Oh,
We
I hated
did.
that
I
so
did
bad.
too. Yeah, I got so sick of looking at Plato's face.
Yes. So we were a little scarred with the online learning, but I'm very
Right.
glad that they've gotten it together because it really does help them figure out the skills they need to improve on. But yeah, so once they do that for 12 hours, they feel confident. They can take the GED ready, or what I like to call the baby GED. That's
Right.
going to be, I believe, half the questions and half the time. So that gives them a real life score like they would have on the official GED test. It gets
Right.
them used to the format, shows them how the process works, how the questions are worded. That's the biggest thing also is the way that they word these questions, like specifically in math. It really takes a lot of dissecting to figure out exactly what they want you to do.
Right.
But
Right. But the GED Academy, which is the
yeah,
online courses that you would do for those 12 hours of study time, are really, really good at giving you what you need to know for the GED ready. And we also have teachers in our centers who can work hands on with you and show you and work these problems through with you as well.
yeah,
So it's not like we're just leaving you out to your own. We
right,
have the support to help you with the
definitely.
classes as well.
And see, I'm kind of a one-man show in Stuttgart because we don't
Right.
really have a full-time teacher quite yet.
Hmm.
But Miss Kim Pounds is in Monticello and she's a wizard. I don't know how she does it, but there's been many, many times where I've been trying to help a student with a problem and I get lost as a goose too. And I just text Miss Kim and I say, hey, can you FaceTime? Because we are lost. And she explains it and we're like, duh. But yeah, I mean, great, great environment, great people that want to help and that want to see students succeed. It's actually a really, really great opportunity. Um, so let's see here. What have we got? Oh yeah, you can also receive college credit if your GED scores are above 175. So I think you can get up to 10 hours, like 10 semester hours, if you just completely ace all of your tests, which is really cool. Let's
That's a
see.
huge incentive.
Yeah, I've
You
got
know,
a,
you're
I've got a,
going in ahead.
yeah. I've got a student right now who wants to go into the community college here.
Hmm.
And I mean, he scored, I think he got college ready on two out of his four official tests. So that is totally
That's
awesome.
that is great,
Yes.
and that's another thing. We should go ahead and let them know the difference between the TABE and GED ready and
Oh yeah.
official is TABE is only over three subjects,
Yeah.
while GED ready and GED official are over four,
Yeah.
which are they combine reading and language arts. Then there's math, science, and social studies. And
Mhm.
each of these, like we were saying earlier, we do have the GED Academy classes, which break down each subject matter. So you'd actually be able to study on all four subjects. So we try to prepare you as much as possible before we send you in there.
Yes.
So yeah, I
This
think
is
we pretty much broke down the testing stuff.
yeah. So
pretty
let's
good.
talk about the stigma. Ooh,
Ooh.
spooky. Because when I tell people, like, yeah, I'm working at the adult education, and they're like, oh, the GED place. And I'm like,
Absolutely.
yeah. And they're like, they just kind of look, they lose that interest. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you can solve a quadratic equation? Go ahead, whip it out. What you got? And they're
Right.
like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm like, exactly.
Yeah. And another thing that people don't realize is with the GED, we're compiling 4 years worth of
Yeah,
traditional school and however long it takes these people to get through this self-paced process. So,
mhm,
you have to put some respect on it. It's not,
yeah,
any worse or less than an actual diploma from a traditional high school. And I think that's something that just came with it being a different option at a different
yeah,
time. But, as time has gone on, just like times change, so has the GED process and the
absolutely.
stigma attached.
Yes. And when they first come in, especially a lot of my older students, they're like, okay, well, I passed all these tests. What do I do? Do I just like, is that it? And I tell them, we actually do have a graduation ceremony in Monticello every year. Excuse me. But yeah, so it's actually really cool. They have a full cap and gown, and it's a full high school graduate experience. It's pretty awesome.
Right, you get to invite your family. And another thing, since we're, like you said, attached to an actual college, I actually got a chance to graduate with several of my students last June. So
Oh
that was
yeah,
pretty cool,
that's awesome.
getting to share that experience with them. And like he said, the diplomas, they don't say GED, they say Arkansas High School Diploma. So you get all of the things that you would get with traditional high school with this GED, as well as
Yeah,
other opportunities because you can jump right into one of our certification programs,
hmm,
or, you sign right up for college instantly
right,
afterwards. So you can even graduate a year in advance. It just doesn't
right.
matter. And that's something
Absolutely.
that most high schools don't offer.
Yes, 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 yes. But yeah, it's definitely not the GED from like the 90s because I don't
Right.
know. I guess it's easy to assume that, someone who, especially younger people, like when they, leave school for whatever reason, it takes a lot of guts to walk in that building and say, I want to get my diploma. That's the hardest part is asking for help. And it's really rewarding to be a part of their journey from asking for help to achieving what they set out to do. So it's a really awesome aspect of what we do every day.
Absolutely, absolutely. To feel like you've changed someone's life by just being there is really, really rewarding.
Oh yeah.
And that's one of the things I love about this job. But hopefully with this episode, we've kind of cleared up, what you need to get started or what you can actually expect when you do start. And
Yes,
hopefully the
yes.
the next episode we
Mhm.
can share a little bit more about trainings and maybe
Yeah.
eventually some student stories
Oh
and
yeah.
aspects from our coworkers. So
I'm ready.
hopefully,
I'm
yeah, hopefully
ready.
you guys will stick with us.
I'm ready to share some stories of my little pieces of work. Sometimes I like to call them. Let's just leave it at that. But it's sometimes you can get them in the zone and sometimes you can't. But
Right.
anyways, that's the story for another episode.
Absolutely. And I can't wait to share some of those with
Yes.
all of you.
Awesome. Well, hopefully you learned a little bit about the Arkansas GED program here with us today. As usual, thank you very much, Miss Shamia, for joining me on this beautiful Saturday.
Oh, no
And
problem. And we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to the Added Touch.
yes, yes, we will see you all again next week.
All
Bye,
right.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.